Hi guys, your boy LP Coach 93, host of the Next Generation Baller Show. The show we talk about the next generation of ballers coming through the game. Most important of all, give you the fans a say. We are back. We are back. Glad you guys have you guys back. Yes, we are back. Brand new show. Yes, new season, new goal. Yes, it's been a lit day today. Kind of lit day down at the West Ham Stadium. If you guys don't know, we got the blindfold kick-out challenge. Yes, the blindfold kick-out challenge was outside the London Stadium today, out with the West Ham fans. Got them involved in the blindfold kick-out challenge. That content will be out for you guys to speak. So don't forget to put notifications on your bell. Make sure you hit us up because if you follow us, you're gonna get by this content because we are coming for you this season. Yes, we are back. We are good. Big show today. We're gonna talk about transfers. We're gonna talk about the FA Cup weekend. Big FA Cup weekend. Some teams got both too, but we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that later in the show. We also conversation we'll talk about today. Are footballers too controlled? Yeah, we talk about the Lukaku interview, and we see the behaviours of Aubameyang and how he's been treated. I want to dive into that a bit more. Like, are footballers allowed to express themselves or be who they are, or do they have to really stick to that role that they're supposed to be, that influencer, that role model, and do they have to behave a particular way? So I want you guys to get involved. So if you guys have interest and want to know about that opinion, get involved and let us know what you think. Want to hear what you guys got to say because you guys are the most important thing. Yes, you guys are. Don't forget, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. That's very important because, without you guys supporting the show, we can't really go out there and do as much as you want. We need you guys to engage, really put in, give us that chance of really pushing and do what we need to do. So don't forget to do all of them stuff as well. We're going to be out on all your podcast channels or Spotify and stuff like that. So stay tuned and be watching out for that on there. So boom, where should we start off? We're going to start off with the big stories. Let's start off with the transfers because everyone talk about it. Transfer windows air. Everyone wants to know what's going on, all the juicy stories, and I was going to give you guys the reaction on what's been going on. The transfer windows here, and the number one team everyone's been talking about is Newcastle because Newcastle are back, the richest team in the land, richer than everybody, and now they're here. Everyone's expecting them to go and do a mad thing in the transfer window. They signed one player, we'll sign a couple of players, but one player that is really of note is Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier signed from Atletico Madrid, £12 million deal. Rumours that he was going to go Man United. Rumour that he was going to go Chelsea. Chelsea with the injury record right now, it's not really looking very good. They're looking for fullbacks with Reece James and Chilwell out for the season. So it was really interesting to see that Newcastle got him in. Everyone's talking about, he's just gone there for the money. There's his family is on that side of the country. He's saying that no, it's for family reasons. He really wants to help Newcastle. Newcastle being a big club, he wants to help them stay in the Premier League. So that's really interesting to hear from him in that side of point of view that he wants to get involved in the West Ham's push to become one of the mega teams. The money that they got now, Newcastle, if they manage to stay in the Premier League, they're really gonna want to kick on and be one of the top elite Premier League teams. And we all know Newcastle have been trying to be this team for so many years. Remember the good gold glory days when it was there and thereabouts fighting for titles. But I think it's over 50 years now that Newcastle haven't been involved in anything. And with the likes of Leicester win the Premier League not so long ago, win the FA Cup last season, I feel like these clubs now, the likes of West Ham, Newcastle's, with the money that they got coming into the club, or Newcastle especially, even the likes of Everton, they're really going to want to kick on and push on. So it's going to be a really interesting transfer window. We'll see who they're going to get in. At the start, we had all these crazy names that was going to say Haaland and Mbappe, all these crazy people. But I think now the dust is settled and they're going to start really getting in a few. There might be a few surprises going in there, but I think we'll see a lot of players that we would know that will kind of fit their situation, as you say. Because remember, they are in the relegation battle, so I won't see too many world-class players. I won't see myself seeing too many world-class players going into there. So that'll be a very, very interesting one. So who else we've got going in the transfer window? Another big one. I think this is probably the biggest transfer of the window so far. It is Coutinho. Yes, Coutinho from Barcelona to Aston Villa. Yeah, Aston Villa on a loan deal to the end of the season with a view of signing him on a permanent. And we all know who is involved in this deal. We all know who is the mastermind behind this. And this is Steven Gerrard. He's coming from Rangers as an Aston Villa manager, and he set his stamp already. He signed arguably one of the best players that they're going to have in their current squad at the moment in Coutinho with experience, everything that he's won. And the fact that Gerrard was to get this deal over the line. We know Coutinho and him played for 2 years together at Anfield, and it's really good to see that Gerrard's bringing in that passion that he is from a player as a manager. You can see that he's obviously able to convince these players to come along on his journey at Aston Villa. So that's a really, really interesting signing for me. And the fact that Coutinho had to take 50% wage cut to come and play in the Premier League to prove a point to everyone, because it hasn't really gone well for him in his last two loan spells. We'll say loan spells. In his last transfer was to Barcelona. It was 142 million pounds. He's gone there, and I think he's not been involved in that much what he was doing when he was in the Premier League. I know his goal involvement has differed over the years, and I think people have really questioned Coutinho and his move to Barcelona. But the strange thing is he's won 4 titles since he's left in Liverpool. But there's nothing to say that he couldn't have won them titles at Liverpool, considering the journey Liverpool went on without him as well. So for me, I think it's about Coutinho coming back into the Premier League and really letting everyone know that, boom, I'm here. This is me. Everyone forgot about me, but I am that top quality Brazilian player that everyone remembers me from the Premier League. So that's a big one for me. That's one for everyone to watch out. And Aston Villa looks like the club to be watching out this season. Also, the likes of Luca Digne. Luca Digne apparently is Aston Villa in advanced talks for him to move over there. And it's really interesting with Steven Gerrard being a former Liverpool man, that Everton player is in the advanced talks beating the likes of Chelsea, Newcastle, and West Ham to his signing. Because let's not forget, like we just spoke about Chelsea. Chelsea have just got Chigwell, who's injured, and also they have Reece James, who's injured. They're both injured for the start of the season. Tuchel is moaning about his players, is moaning about COVID, and he looks like he wants to reinforce his squad. So the fact that Luca Digne, he's Chelsea, a Champions League team, and looking to push on and win the title. You've got Aston Villa's team who are not even in I think they're just in around the European places, if not correct, are coming in and getting these players. And so it's really, really interesting demographic that we see now in the January transfer window. It's not just money, it's not just clubs anymore. So I think managers are having a really important role in bringing players in. And I think we're going back to the good old days where the managers did have a key role. Because I think it was getting into the era where managers didn't really have a lot of say in regards to these players that were coming in. As you see, football directors and CEOs, and you see clubs just picking players for managers, and they have to make most of it. Chelsea very well known for that, and also Tottenham too. But you can see now Aston Villa with the likes of Steven Gerrard looks like he's having a pull on the players coming in, which is really, really interesting and really good to see. So yeah, we got Coutinho to Aston Villa, another big one. And like I said, Digne as well. Another interesting one we'll talk about is Bergwijn. Bergwijn, rumours that Tottenham are saying that he's free to go, he can go. And for me, it's a very interesting one. I don't know. I feel like with Conte there at Tottenham, I think now he's trying to break the mold. And I think what you do in that rebuilding stage is you get rid of them players that, yeah, they might have come in and had a big stand at the start, but if they don't fit your criteria and you actually want to move on from there, despite of the behavior, performances, or wherever it is, there are some difficult decisions you're going to have to make to get them players out of the club and set your stamp, if you have to say. So Bergwijn looks one of them players that's fallen by the wayside. And I've always played quite decent since he's come in and got a couple goals and a few appearances, but it doesn't look like he seems to be working to Conte's standard. And I think with Conte, I don't think it's just about the goals, and I don't think it's just about the assists. I think the most important thing when it comes to Conte is how you work for the team. Are you your work rate 100%? Are you doing what needs to be done for the team? And I think Bergwijn doesn't fit that category in terms of working hard. I think the forward lines are very important for Conte's start, in the fact of the defense starts from the front. So if Conte is not able to get them players and them forward players to be running around and pressing the team and really, really making the team push higher up the pitch in order for them to play the way Conte wants to play, then I think that your time's going to be done. And I think we're seeing that at Tottenham now. Also with Ndombele, three different managers are not happy with this guy. Like I just don't know. Like I really don't know like where it is with Ndombele, because when I saw him and I thought like, yeah, this guy is gonna come, he's gonna do the mad thing. Cause I saw him and I was thinking, I know Man United was interested at the time that he went to Tottenham. I was thinking Man United could really do with a player like Ndombele, but I'm glad we never got him. Like, my God, I am glad you never got him because, like, if you really look at him now, you just got to answer the question, like, like seriously, like, what a goal for my man. Like, he's a joke, man. Like, what is he doing? Like, three managers, you can't prove yourself to three managers, and you're such a top quality player, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And for me, I just don't know what it is on Belly. Everyone talks about fitness, everyone talks about attitude, but to go from Jose Mourinho to Pochettino, Jose Mourinho, and now Conte, something no, Nuno, not Jose Mourinho, got Pochettino, Nuno Gomez. How? For me, it just doesn't seem to be right there. And I think with the wage that he's on and the price tag that Tottenham bought for, they're really going to struggle to get him gone. And with players like that, it's a real detriment to have them in your club. But hey, let's hope Tottenham can find a solution in regards to Dembele. Maybe he needs to move. Maybe he just needs to really get his head down on a work at what he's got, because he's in one of the best leagues in the world. He's at a very good team like Tottenham. And if you can go on and really do what he needs to do, then Tottenham can really do a player like that. So let's hope he can sort it out. Another player, important player that's gone. We saw Maitland now was crying over the last transfer window at the fact that he just wants to play football. And you can see from his period of last summer to now, he hasn't played any damn football, man. So I'm so glad for him to go out there now and play for Roma and do his thing. So good for Maitland now. Another little interesting story as well is with your guy Gareth Bale. Yeah, man, like Gareth Bale, he's it's always been a weird one with me, Gareth Bale. Like, it's just weird because with Gareth Bale, it's a situation like he's won so many trophies, has so many mad performances, done so many crazy things in football, but it's like no one. Like, I think there was a time where everyone rated him highly, but I think in football, it's very fickle. Like, everyone knows that it's a phase in football, like fickle fans, and I think he let himself down when he started doing all that rigmarole at Real Madrid. And I think what it is, I think we all understand that there's a period in time where clubs don't like players and fans don't like players and clubs don't like players and whatnot. But I think when you're a club like Real Madrid and you've got the fans disliking you and the fact that you putting in these really good performances, at first for us it was like, what on for Gareth Bale? Like, why is he not getting onto him? Like, he's playing hard, they're just being sour, boom, boom. Then you could slightly see what they was talking about. Like, I must admit, if Gareth Bale was at my club, like me, I'm a Man United fan. If he was at my club and he was going off and playing golf and talking about how he wants to be a golfer and this and that, I'm sure the Man United fans will be booing him too, and I'll be getting on to him, especially if it turns out that he's not putting in the performances that he was when he was doing the mad thing. I would be upset as well, and I would be wanting to know what's going on behind that. Like, why are you talking about you want to play golf when you're a professional football player? And then I think that kind of situation has kind of distorted his career. He's not really been in the Real Madrid, and the fact that he's wanted to stay there, not move for any money. He's come to Tottenham. He didn't really work out for him. He didn't really look like he wanted to be there, to be honest. He's injured half of the time. And now there's rumors that he might retire. Gareth Bale might retire. 31 years of age, 33 years of age, looking like he might retire, packing his boots, because the fact that his contract's coming towards the end in the summer, and no one really wants to pay the wages that he's on. Gareth Bale don't want to play in a lesser league for more money. And the only thing that's going to keep him going to playing football is if Wales reach the World Cup, then he'll play in a championship team. Yes, apparently he's willing to play in a championship team just to get fitness so that he can play in the Euros in the World Cup for Wales. That's really interesting involved in the Gareth Bale. We'll dive in. We're gonna have a special show about Gareth Bale and his life and his story and his journey. I want to dive a bit more into that. I want you guys to get involved and give you a say and give you a chat and let us know. Don't forget, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. If you want to get involved in the show, want to say your piece, just follow us there. You see all the socials below. Just set up us on our socials. Let us know. Yeah, I want to be involved in the show. We'll slot you in next time. We'll give you a message. You guys can come on and say what you feel. But yeah, man, big does transfer windows going on. A little bit of stories. We'll dove in. We're here with the transfer window. We are here every Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9 p.m. Make sure you stay tuned. We are here, the Next Generation Baller Show, giving you guys all the latest content as well. We're popping around to your cities, giveaways, Just had a Christmas giveaway. A young man there won his new boots for the new season, as well as 2 West Ham tickets and a little goodie bag as well. So we give away a lot of giveaways and a lot of good stuff coming in on Next Generation Baller Show. We've got a tournament coming as well soon. So guys, stay tuned. It's going to be lit. You know what I'm saying? Come on, it's going to be lit, man. All right, cool. What are we moving on to now? Big weekend FA Cup. FA Cup, it's been going off this weekend. Guys been getting knocked out, giant killers and that. Like, yeah, few results, few young ballers come stepping out. Like, let's dive into this FA Cup scenario. Let's dive into the big one. It's like Newcastle's the talk of the town now. Yeah, we was talking to them about all their situation in regards to the transfer window, but boy, oh boy, oh boy, what happened to them in the FA Cup? Trippier debut, what debut? My man got knocked out of the FA Cup. He's sad right now. He's really sad. But you know what? Like, this is what happens. This is what happens. I mean, this is the reason why we love the FA Cup, the giant killings. Newcastle with all the monies and aspirations going to do a mad thing. 8 won a trophy in 50 years. Good old Cambridge down the road, quiet team. Gives them the old good old 1-0. Get out of it. So we're loving it. So who scored the goal? It was Joe Ironside, 56th minute. Good finish. Shot came in. Keeper saved it off the line by Shea. Turn swiveled, hit it in the back of the net. So the first biggest giant killing of this FA Cup season so far. Few teams made it through. Hopefully, there's going to be a bit more, more giant killings on the way. But that one there was a mad thing because Newcastle, with all the hype and it goes, the story just merges well together. So biggest one so far. I think Eddie Howe's in a bit of a sticky situation. For me personally, I didn't think that appointment like kind of fitted right with the money that I had. I thought they could have got someone way better, but I think he must have just went in there and spoke the mad thing and just ended up getting himself the job cut. Me personally, he wasn't that guy. For the money that they got, they definitely should have got much better. But hey, we'll see. Like, season's not over here. They want to stay in the Premier League, and to be honest, I thought if they do stay in the league, they're gonna ship him off anyway. But yeah, another big one today. The Gooners. Where the Gooners? You know, it's so funny, because it's always the Arsenal guys. It's always these Arsenal guys. Like, Arsenal are the funniest guys ever because Arsenal fans are the funniest because they talk all this chat. They come out the woodwork when their team's doing this and that. Then look now. Lewis grab him. 1-0, you're done. You're finished. So you get me? So it's like, and now they go back into the little woodwork calling. Good big day for Charlie Pinto. He done a mad thing today. I can't lie. Charlie Pinto showed his worth. He was doing his thing, but overall, Arsenal are just Arsenal, and it's just funny because they always do it to themselves. They get gas, they have going these little runs, they do these things. They start to go, yeah, we're bad, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Like, yeah, thinking they're in the top 4 cup. You know what? The Arsenal fans, I feel like they feel there's a top 4 cup. I feel they feel if you get into the top 4, like, it's a trophy and it's something that you can put into your cabinet and that. Like, I really don't get it with Arsenal fans, but that I feel they feel there's a top 4 trophy. Like, but the fact that they start getting into the swing of things, and now we come to this end of the season, they're just gonna get knocked out every competition that they're in, and they're gonna end up with no European football. Like, seriously, like, come on, like, serious. You can't be serious, big dog. Like, I don't know what's going on with the Arsenal fans. Get back in your corner. You do produce the young players. Don't get me twisted. They are the El Messenger of England, they say. But unfortunately, they can't get the trophies in. And the same situation we had at Man United with Arteta. I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer saying that, hey, he might be the right guy to come in and shape things up, but is he really the guy to go on and win these trophies? And I think Arsenal are trying to subsidize the fact that he won the FA Cup with Arteta, which I thought was a bit of a fluke, but hey, let's not go into that. They feel like, yeah, he really is the guy to go on and push them on, which I thought is not the case. But hey, Arsenal finished. Tell them, man. Like, they are done in these waters. But a couple young players I want to talk about that done a mad thing today in FA Cup is Lewis Hall for Chelsea. Like, this young baller, he come on, Chelsea in a fullback crisis. He come in, done the job. He played in a 3 on the left side of centre back, but he's known as a left back. Done really, really well. I know they played against Chesterfield, a team that you expect them to go on and win. But it's a good opportunity for him to go out there, stake his claim. The fact that we know that these Chelsea players that they got a lot of young players in their academy, but it's a struggle for one or two of them to get in. But it's really good for him now to go and take his opportunity. He got 93 pass success rate, which I found was really, really, really good. I just still love all the Arsenal guys. I don't know what's going on with these Arsenal guys, like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know what's going on with these guys. But yeah, Lewis Hall coming, done a really mad thing. Really good at left back, set up Lukaku for his finish. And I feel that he can go on and he can do the mad thing. Yeah, go hit up Sam Supreme, man. Sam Supreme is, which I just speaking to him in the group chat. He's not really happy. The first thing he says Arsenal, he's probably going to delete his snap again. Every time Arsenal lose, Sam Supreme deletes his snap. But you guys, go get onto him, go rinse him, go hit him up in his DMs, man. Let him know how shit Arsenal are. But yeah, Lewis Hall, mad thing. Done really well today. Another player we should look at for Chelsea, considering their left back situation. Do they need to go in the market, or can he fill in? Can he hit in that spot? Lewis Hall, look out for that young baller. Another young ball that done well today was Grabham for Liverpool. Yeah, scored the equaliser for them. Really good player. Signed for them for £1 million from Derby last season. Gave us opportunities. Same thing again with the different kind of situation in regards to Liverpool, because they got two players. They got their two main players, Sane and Salah and Mane out for the Africa Cup of Nations. Can he go on and fill in that slot and put in good performances for Liverpool? And hopefully, hey, you never know, he might end up integrating to that first team and push and be the next Liverpool star. Yeah, he said, yeah, get on to him, man. Get on to him. But yeah, FA Cup there. That was a quick FA Cup roundup. Talk about the big FA Cup games. We've got a few games coming on. Man United is playing tomorrow. Big game. Draw came out as well. A few juicy little ties in there as well. Juicy little ties. But the story that the big topic I want to talk about today is are footballers too controlled? So we see stories coming out this week. Everyone saw that Lukaku interview. We saw the effects that had, and also we see the situation with Arsenal and Aubameyang, and the situation with him and his parents and the lifestyle that he lives. So I just want to dive into that a bit more. You want to get you guys' opinions on that. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But do you feel footballers are too controlled? I'm going to start off with Lukaku. So we see Lukaku had his interview with Sky Italia. Apparently the interview was like 4 weeks ago or something like that. And it was when he was currently out of the team at the time. He was just talking about his situation then. And he also was saying that he wanted to give a message back to the Italian fans, because he felt that how he left Inter Milan wasn't really the way they wanted to leave it. But the interview was spun and released at a certain time, which wasn't good for Lukaku, because he just come back into the team. Chelsea was in a title race. Some say they're out of it now, but it was in a really, really important time for them, and it came out what made it look too cool, look like a type of, like he didn't have control of the team or whatnot. So he ended up getting punished for it, missed out on a couple of games. Big game against Liverpool, which ultimately Chelsea drew, and everyone felt like if Lukaku was in the game, would have gave them a better opportunity. And we're talking about the title here. Like, that was probably their biggest game of the season, and he missed it because of an interview that he done 3 weeks ago. But that's what this is the demographic that I was going into, what I was talking about, because the story picked up also on Sky, on our Sky Sports News, because it was Sky Italia, but then the English Sky started pushing the story. And one of the things that was coming out mostly on there was the journalists are really pushing, saying that they really want to see that the players are honest, and they don't like the players to come out and be shy and this and that. But then for me, it's a catch-22, because the players will come into a situation in the world where everyone wants to express their opinion, everyone wants to be open, and everyone wants to be real about the situation around them and affect people in positive ways. And I feel like with footballers, it's like every time they do something like that with regards to themselves or how they feel, they get punished for it. And it's like, for me, Chelsea kind of shot themselves in the foot in regards to the Lukaku situation, because it's like, he's one of your biggest players, most influential player. And I think that the way that they handled the situation, kicking him out in the game, you've got like literally your biggest game of the season, and you're kicking him out because of an interview. Like, regardless of what he said in the interview, they should have been bigger than that and done better than that. At the same time as well, I think Lukaku, like I wouldn't put too much blame on him because at the end of the day, he's just being honest and trying to do the best for himself and give back to what he feels is right for the people that he's done into Milan regardless. But he should know better in regards to like, you know how these media people are, like you know how they move and what they do. So I feel like his agent kind of done him a disservice in regards to even the fact that if he's done that interview, he should have knew that it's come out, making sure it comes out tomorrow, but like this current time, don't try use it as like a Christmas special to try and like muck up my career kind of thing and put me in trouble with the manager. So for me, it's really interesting to see how footballers, they're stuck in the middle. They're stuck in the middle. Like they everyone talks about they have a responsibility, which I understand. To understand they have a responsibility to their club, they have a responsibility to their fans, and ultimately they have the responsibility to the wider world because they're in a position where they're in a privileged position where they get to play a sport which everybody loves, bringing enjoyment back into the community, back into people's life, and give certain people a reason to live for. And I feel like when you're in that type of position, you have to have a certain amount of credibility. You have to be doing things the correct way. So but at the same time, we are all human beings. We all have opinions, we all have feelings, and we all have a different way of life and a way of living. So, and I feel like football is the way we are coming out into a world where everyone's being much more open and we're trying to bring everyone in a much more cohesive manner. I feel like football players and especially the media as well should work better in regards to how these footballers make sure that they give them a platform that they are allowed to express themselves and be honest without me just spinning their stories and putting it in a way. Because otherwise, if you don't get that cohesion in that way, then you're never really going to get the true honesty that these journalists do want. Because they sit here and cry that they want players to be honest and they want players to do the right things and whatnot. But if players are going to be honest, they need to trust the media outlets to know that you're going to push my story correctly. You're going to push it at the right time. You're going to do the right things in regards to me and my career. Because me as a football player, if I go to your journalist and I say one thing and he's spinning it and he's doing a mad thing, I'm not going to want to talk again. I'm not really going to want to open my mouth and say the truth about my opinion and my story. So I think it's the media have to come at it better if they want players to do better. And another player I want to move on to in regards to the media and their spin is and how it's affected them in their club situation is Aubameyang. So Aubameyang signed a big contract 2 seasons ago with Arsenal, and since he signed that contract, it's like the walls have kind of come off with Aubameyang. Like, and it's crazy because it's like his lifestyle that he's living, the honest lifestyle. Because we need to understand everyone's life is different. The same thing I was trying to explain. Like footballers, managers, we get different type of managers, different type of footballers. We just get different type of human beings in general. And what I noticed a lot is that when you get a footballer of the likes of Aubameyang, who's getting on a big contract, but he's not the type of player that's maybe doing things for charity, doing these whole parades and saying, oh, these influential things. Like he just wants to party. He wants to live his life. He wants to buy big rollies, big cars. He wants to YOLO. He wants to live his life. And for me, personally, I don't see what is too wrong with that. And especially, okay, we can say it's a fact if it's affecting your football, then may dumb it down a bit. But let's not forget, Aubameyang's been like this his whole life. Like he has been like this his whole career, and Arsenal knew what they was getting before they signed him. So the fact that now they've signed him, they put him on a big contract, made in the face of Arsenal, and he's not performing. I feel like the fact that they try to really integrate in his life and the media, I think Arsenal have had a big part to play in how the media perceive Aubameyang in the way that they've treated him, is because they're just giving him ammunition to say, yeah, look, yeah, he's doing this, he's doing that. Like, what, like, why not? What, like, yeah, I slightly don't blame him either. Like, if I'd done a mad thing and you guys giving me the contract, he's the reason why you guys won the FA Cup. Like, let the guy live a little. Like, Arsenal should have embraced that. I think they should have took Aubameyang in a bit more when it comes to that. They should have really said, yeah, all right, cool. You know that you live this type of life and boom, boom, boom. But like, look, you're captain now, boom, boom, boom. I think they should have dealt it a bit better. But I think with the likes of Mikel Arteta, that was an interesting conundrum because we talk about control. He's a new manager coming to a big club like Arsenal. He's trying to bring Arsenal back to the heights that they once was. And I feel like with that contract that he put him in, I thought that he put that contract in with the view of trying to control the player. In this fact that, look, now I've got you're my main guy. I've put you on a big contract. Like, you need to do what I say. Because if you don't do what I say, then like I'm gonna kind of dumb you down a bit. But to Arteta's detriment, I think that's gonna slowly have a big impact on the team. Because for me, Aubameyang, even though he's away now with African Cup of Nations, he's a big influence in that team. We see it on the social medias. We see, like, Arsenal, they got nice little cohesion in the changing room with the little atmosphere of players. That's a big thing that you need at a club. And if you got your captain, so-called captain, your biggest wage in your team, the guy, and even you can see he has a big influence on the change room. If you see that your manager's pushing him to the side and he's not really trying to involve him, and he's in the media's segregating him, you as players are not really going to be gelling well to that. I know Arsenal got the young boys pushing through, but we all know Arsenal's, you've been down this road yourself. Yeah, you've been down this road yourself. You can't win nothing with kids. Like, you cannot win nothing with kids. So it's important that you get the senior players coming in and really pushing your young boys along. So I feel you need to handle this Aubameyang situation back, because you're not going to get rid of him. No one's going to take him for the money that he's on. So this break that he's on with Africa and African Cup of Nations, can Arsenal do something in the meantime so that when he comes back, it's not this segregation of control and trying to get him to do this and that. Let's integrate these players. All players are different. Like, you're not always going to get a Tony Adams. You're not always going to get a Roy Keane. These players that are just 100% football man, 100% football man, doing what he needs to do, going home, sleeping, sleep, drink, eat football. Sometimes you just get players that just want to live, some of these players come from really underprivileged backgrounds. These men have come from poverty. Like, these men have never seen a penny in their life, and now they're going and seeing millions. Like, their families, they've changed their whole family. They're the father figures in their family. They're the generational pool for their family. So it's like, sometimes these clubs need to understand where these players have come from and what they're going into, and kind of embrace that more and take that in, instead of trying to segregate them, especially even when it comes to the Lukaku, because a lot of the things that he was talking about was the fact that he was talking about when he was a kid and talking about where he's come from. And tell them again, like, they ain't winning nothing with kids, and the fact that the kids are coming through is a good thing. But I think Arsenal need to, and I think that's what Arteta he's going to lack is the senior players, because he is going to need to sign senior players. And if the fact that if his word is on the road that he can't manage senior players, no one's going to want to sign for Arsenal. So they need to think about they're treading on water here in regards to this Aubameyang situation. Hopefully they can sort it out when he's break and he comes back. Hopefully he can kick on and do well for Arsenal. But the main thing what I'm talking about is control of players in regards to Lukaku and how they feel that they're going to be treated, in the honesty, in how they want to portray themselves as footballers, in regards to how they feel and what they want to do and where they come from. And at the same time, in regards to Aubameyang, with a player that, in the terms of his lifestyle, because he's not really a player that comes out into social media. It speaks in a lot of interviews and stuff, but we see him a lot in regards to the media showing the way that he wants to live, because he's a bit extrovert, and the fact he's a top quality player, and also he's the captain of Arsenal. So, but at the same time, it's very important that these players are given the freedom for them to live their lives and they're not being controlled. But let us know what you think. Give us your thoughts, comment, let us know. If you guys want to be involved in the show, don't forget to follow us on our social medias below, and we'll get you guys on the show, man. But it's been a banging show today. It's been a pleasure, you guys. It's been a pleasure having you guys on. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Hit the notification on your bell. We've got the content coming out for the Next Generation Baller blindfold kick out challenge coming out this week. Yes, it's at the West End Stadium today. Big up the Irons. Yes, the Irons, they come out today. They really stuck in and got involved in the challenge. So it's really good. We'll be popping up everywhere, guys. You might see us outside Chelsea, you might see us outside Arsenal, you might see us outside your favorite London football team with new challenges. Not only the blindfold kick out challenge, we've got some new things coming out. Also, football tournament coming out soon, so stay tuned. Also got merch and all of that love, so stay tuned. Don't forget, also as well, follow us on all your podcast stations. We got the podcast coming out. Yes, your audio versions, all of that good stuff. Yes, so yes, guys, thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you guys soon.
But I love this game. What a life. I swear I'm living my best life.
Living my best life, baby. See you guys soon, yeah?